Hello, this is R. Gautaman, Assistant Professor in Mechanical Department. So I hope everyone is stay safe at home during this lockdown period. Now we are going to see the concepts in product design unit 5, design for manufacturing and product development. In this unit we are going to see only the second part. So now we are going to see what is meant by prototype. A prototype is one of the basic model. Before if we are going to design, so we can make something like that a model. So what it describes mean a simulation or a sample version of a final product which is used for testing prior to launch. The goal of a prototype is to test products before sinking lots of time and money into the final product. That means, suppose if you have a company, so what you are going to do, you can make a product. So if you want to make a product, before that you need one photocopy of that model that we call as prototype. That means before we are going to test it and use it, how it works, how it functions, so that we call as prototype. So in this prototype we can check all these designs and then that dimensions and then that working methods. So for the purpose we are using prototype. And the next one is prototype basics. So there are different types of basics. So first one is design phase. Design phase means that is the initial stage. So in this stage we are what we are going to do means we have designed something like that by making a drafting model we are designing. So prototypes are good in the early design phase. And then second one is paper prototyping. So in this paper prototyping means paper prototyping brings out the problem solving skills. Suppose if you are seeing some design in visually, so what you are going to do, you can make the same design by using that cardboards or papers that we call as paper prototyping. That means the same model we are going to make it, so that we call as paper prototyping. And then second one is a working prototype. A working prototype represents all or nearly all of the functionality of the final product. That means in that working prototype we can check all the things like that load, stress, and whatever the things it acts on the model. So we can check it. And the next one is visual prototype. So the visual prototype means it represents the size and appearance, but not the functionality of the intended design. That means it shows that visually you can see and feel it, their size, appearance, and color. So these are the visual prototype. The next one is creation of prototypes. So how we are going to create the prototype model? So there are three things. The first one is material. So material is the major thing, because when you are going to design something you have to choose material. In this, based upon this material only your cost will be fixed, and then that production is depends upon that material. So what kind of material you are going to choose, this is the main thing. So like that, so material means what it shows. The material that will be used in a final product may be expensive or difficult to fabricate. So prototype may be made from different materials from the final product. So when you are going to design something, that means design a new product, you need a material. This is the basic thing. So the selection of material is very very important, because if you are selecting that right material for the design, then only the design will be safe and then it's operating in proper conditions. So otherwise it will not be safe. So the first thing is by choosing of material is very very important. And then second one is process. So the process shows the mass production process are often unsuitable for making a small number of parts. So prototype may be made using different fabrication process than the final product. So what kind of production process you are going to choose, that we call as process. Process means how to make the model. So that we call as process. So from initial to final stage. So we have different types of production method. So first one is mass production, batch production, and then scheduled production. So these are the various production processes present. So in this one, which one you are going to choose? So mostly we are choosing on mass production, because we need cluster of component. That means we need n number of pieces, and then so for that thing we are going to choose the mass production. And the last one is verification. The final product may be subject to a number of quality assurance tests to verify conformance with the drawings or specification. So, the final product. So after designing, what you are do? So you can see what I am did in this product. So you can check it. That means by verifying all the things like that, by seeing the product. So what is the shape, size, and then appearance, and then how it makes from that manufacturing. So this is that verification. That means finally we call as simply as a testing or checking, that we call as verification. Then rapid prototyping. So before that we are seeing that what is meant by prototyping. Then next we are going to see rapid prototyping. So rapid prototyping is nothing but it is a group of technique used to quickly fabricate a scale model of a physical part or assembly using 3D data. That means CAD, three-dimensional CAD data. Construction of the part or assembly is usually done using 3D printing or additive layer manufacturing technology. So rapid prototyping is one of the technique which is used to fabricate a model. So that means the 3D model which are we are going to make it. So what kind of manufacturing method we are going to use it? That means computer aided design method. So by feeding some design in the computer and then we can get that output from that computer. So that we call as computer aided designs like that CNC machines. So these are the examples for CAD designing. So what we are doing that machines, we are feeding from some programming. We are making manually program to the manually. We are making program manually and then feed into the computer, and then that computer it commanding to that tools, and it during this operation where it goes, the where the tool can move, and then where the tool can works. So these are all these functions are organized by the computer. That means it's cooperated by the computer. So the same thing. So the technique which is used to fabricate a model, that means 3D data. And the second one is additive layer manufacturing. So the additive layer manufacturing is another technique which is used for making the rapid prototyping. That means we are making the design by, so one of the method like additive layer manufacturing, in that we are making like that. How we can say, that means the fluid is present. How the fluid is flow, because there are different layers in the fluid. That means one is move over that another. The same thing we are using in that additive layer manufacturing. The first method for rapid prototyping became available in the late 1980s. That means in this year 1980 only they are find out, that means invented that rapid prototyping method, and were used to produce models and prototype parts. Today they are used as a wide range of applications. So nowadays we are using these techniques. Moreover, all the industries they are following in rapid prototyping, because before if you are going to manufacture, you can make a one duplicate model and then check it that model. So that we call as rapid prototyping. So how we can make that product? By using this design process. That means by using that computer, that means CAD model, and then surface additive layer manufacturing method. So these are the few technologies we are going to make that model. Now, where this prototype rapid prototyping are used mostly means, rapid prototyping is also commonly applied in software engineering to try out new business models and applications architecture. So mostly we are using in this rapid prototyping means software. That means not, that means designing. So in this because this is a major area. If you want to make something, so what is the first thing comes in your mind? So that is the design. So design is the major thing. So mostly we are nowadays in modern technology we are using for developing uh, part. That means we are using software and making a design. So not for using pencil and papers. So moreover, all of the softwares are making for creating something, that means the design. So we are using that design and then make it, whatever the ideas which comes from our mind. By using that ideas we can make that designs. The next thing is the principles of prototyping. So what are the basic principles which is present in the prototyping? So there are 8 basic principles. So the first one is understand the audience and intent. So what is the meaning means? Suppose if you want to design something, you have first to understand that. So your customer's requirement. That means he is the audience for you. So you have first to understand what he is thinking, what he is going to uh, make it. So you have to understand that concept, then only you have to make it. So first thing is you have to understand that what is the customer expectation, and then second one is plan a little prototype the rest. That means next thing what you are going to do after analyzing the customer expectation, next you are going to make one plan. That means how you are going to manufacture, what kind of manufacturing method you are using, and then what kind of material you are going to choose. That is the planning. And then third one is expectation. So set expectation. That means, so what is the customer is expecting from your side. So so you can set expectation from customer side. That means what he is expecting. The like means he is saying something, I want this product like this kind of dimension, this kind of shape, this kind of size. So whatever he is saying, we cannot produce all the things. So we are fixing some limitation. So if it is crossed beyond the limitation, we cannot make it. Suppose the customer is asking, so I need one car, and this car is flying in that sky. So is it possible to make it? Now it is not possible. Maybe in future it may be available. So by your requirement, what is that expectation? You can set that. The next one is you can sketch. So based upon that customer ideas, you can sketch. And then next one is it is a whether it is a prototype model. So after sketching, what you are going to do, you can make one prototype model. That means the sketch which is present in the paper, the same thing you are going to make in a 3D model. And then next one is sixth point is if you can make it, if you can't make it, fake it. That is the meaning means, suppose if you are not able to make the product, that means the prototype model, then you can fake it. That means you can duplicate one, you can buy from any other companies. So that is the thing. So whether if you can't make it, suppose if you are not able to make the product, or otherwise you can fake it means you can buy it from outside, and then you the same model which can be available from some other companies or some other areas. So you can buy it and then you can check it. Then prototype only what you need. So what it says means prototype model only shows what is your need. That means this model only shows the design, and then fabrication method, then manufacturing method, everything it shows on prototype model. Then next thing is reduce risk. So prototype model, so if you are going to make a prototype model only, it saves your money. That means it saves your production cost, it saves your running cost, it saves your maintenance cost, everything it saves. Because once if the model is failure, we cannot get back all the monies. So it reduce risk from the companies. So before going to manufacturing, we can check all the things by making this prototype model. So we can use it and then we can check it, and then we can finally we can decide it. So we can reduce major of the risk from that prototype model itself only. So if the result is successful, then only we are going to make a design. Otherwise we are stop it from that starting stage only. Then the next topic is planning for prototypes. So there are few steps for planning of prototypes. The first one is define your main goal of the project. Start your initial brainstorming with your team. That means first of all you have to focus your goal of the project. That means what you are going to make it. So this is the goal of the project. Then start your initial brainstorming with your team. So what is meant by brainstorming means a group of people. That means a group of people which can organize, and then a group of people which can stand in one place, and then they are sharing their knowledge and then the ideas. So in that we can get from one better and effective ideas from that people. So that we call as brainstorming means nothing but a group of people. That means a group of different peoples are standing in one area, and then they are expressed from their ideas. So in that few ideas we can get from one best ideas, so that we call as brainstorming. Then step 2, create your design on paper. So step 2 is, so what what is kept in your mind and that things you are going to create in design in the paper. So on the design, it's completely comes to that on the paper. The next thing is step 3, discuss with the appropriate partners or stakeholders, knowing there will be improvements. For example, any managers, users, researchers, etc. should be included for feedback. That means after designing, what you are going to do, discuss with your partners. That means if 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 there is a company, it is not for one and only peoples. So some companies likes 2 or 3 partners, and then most of the companies are running with 4 5. So the so in that company you are not only the decision maker, so others are also have some responsibilities, and then some decisions they are going to take. So before you are going to make it, so you have to discuss with your partners. That means I am choosing this one, so whether it is right or wrong. So you can share your ideas and then your knowledge to your partners, and then express yourself. And then after that you can, if there is any further improvement is there, you can improve that thing, or otherwise you can just leave it, and then you can go for that manufacturing method. So that design you have to discuss with your partners. And then step 4, edit your design after discussion with the partners. So you have to edit your designs after discussion with partners. So after finalizing the design, you have to edit the things. So if it is okay, no need to edit. So otherwise, if it have some changes or some corrections, you have to edit from the designs. And then step 5, design from paper to computer. So whatever your ideas which is present on paper, in that paper, so you have to convert that paper design to computer. So you have to use that some commands and then some softwares. So you have to convert from that design to that 3D in that softwares. So from paper to computer. So next one is step 6, consult with the appropriate entities and make approved revisions. So you have to consult with the appropriate entities. That means you have to consult with those who are expertise in these areas. So if you want to make a product, so before that you have to consult with those who are expertise in these areas, and then you have to discuss with that people. Then finally you have to go for that approval. Then step 7 is, if the outcome is what you are agree on and another future. That means step 7 only shows what you are doing from that starting. It only shows that your output result. So whether it is this is the need for present, or whether it is a need for future. So you have to think it on both. So you have to focus on future also, because if you are running a industries means, so this is not for that yearly manufacturing. So if you are focused on that manufacturing on future, then only the company will be run on smoothly without any interruption. So otherwise the production will be lagging, the production will be stopped. So you have to focus on that future also. And then finally is documentation will be continuous. So whatever the things you are created, whatever the things you are make it, so you have to record it from the documentation, all the things in documentation, because the documentation only shows whether this design is yours or not. So you have to concluded that all the things in the document only, so it should be recorded. The next one is advantages of rapid prototyping. So what are the advantages of rapid prototyping? The first one is the fastest and best method for product prototypes. So this is the very fastest and best method for product prototypes. So in this method we can make a product in very few minutes. And the next thing is physical availability of the product helps in making changes and identifying problem before mass production. Before going to production, you are seeing one of the physical model, that means that we call as rapid prototyping. The same duplicate model which is present in your hand, by analyzing the duplicate model you can see all the things, the design and then the dimension. So you can check it all the things by using the duplicate model, so it saves your time. So before going mass production you can check all the things in this design. Then easy modification for prototype, so we can easily modify the prototype model. And then prototype is fully functional, so in the prototype model is based upon fully operational, that means functional. Then wastage of raw material is completely reduced. So we can get one clear idea from that by seeing that rapid prototyping model. So we can eliminate that wastages, that means what kind of manufacturing method we are used. So by using this manufacturing method, so what are the problems which will come, so we can predicted it and then we can eliminate the wastage. Then machining may not be required, so by using the rapid prototyping, so we can use advanced technologies, so there is no need for normal and common machining method. Then time required for bringing the product from design stage to market stage is significantly reduced. So the time required for bringing the product, so the saving of time, that we call as time requirement. So from design stage to product stage, that means market, that means final product, so it saves your times. And then rapid prototyping machines can run 24 into 7. So in these machines can run 24 into 7, so it can run all over the year. So it reduces the human error and it saves your time, it increases your production. So on that second thing, the labor requirements and related problems are eliminated. So most of the labor requirement problems and then these kind of things, it will be totally eliminated from by using that rapid prototyping technology. Then the next topic is economic analysis. So what is mean by economics? So most of them we will know about some basic ideas. Economics means, so what we are getting and what we are spending. That means how much you earn and how much you spend for something. So in this spending and then earning, so in between this we call as some, we have some basic knowledge on that things. So an economic analysis is a process followed by experts to understand how key economic factors affect the functioning of an organization, industries, region or any other particular population group, with the purpose of making wiser decisions for the future. So an economic analysis is the process followed by experts. So we are analyze the economy by using some of the experts to understand how key economic factors, that means, so what are the various factors which is present in that company. So what are the factors means, so if you want to run an organization or industries or region or any other population group, so what is the main thing of the company, so that is investment, that is money. So in your hand how much money you are keeping and then how much money you are spending for that running company. So if you are spending means not only for production, we are spending for transport, we are spending for raw materials, we are spending for labors, we are spending for machines, machineries and documentation purpose, we are spending for money for that government approval. So we are spending all the things. So economic analysis is, so what is your gaining, that means what is your income and what you are spending for that money in all these areas, so that we call as economic analysis. So there are five major divisions are in economic analysis. The, so what are the five major divisions are: consumption means, that means usage, that we call as consumption. That means distribution means we can divide it to all the things. And then exchange means export and import, so these are the exchange. And then production and then public finance. So these are the five major areas for economics. So consumption means what you are having, that means by using, that means using your money. And then distribution, so distribution means in this money which areas you are going to distribute, that means what are the areas you are going to distribute. And then exchange means export and import, these are the exchange. And then production means by starting that design, and then from the design phase to, and then how we are going to make it, how we are going to finalize this product, and how we are selling it. And then public finance, that means public finance means um, public offering some monies, that we call as shareholders. So shareholders means nowadays we are seeing this kind of news in this television channel. That means shareholder means we cannot make the whole company by using our monies. So moreover, most of the companies are, they are investing only 51% or of that money, because in our government rules you can use your money only 51%, remaining 49% you can sell it as a share. That means, for example, suppose if you are going to start a company, if you are planning to start a company like 100 crores, so in this 100 crores suppose if you have 100 crores means you can't use this 100 crores to make and run a company. So what is the government rules means you can use it 51 crores, remaining 49 crores you can distribute like a shares. That means remaining 49 crores, share means, that means document, that means a legal document, you can sell it through that online. So by in that 49 crores you can distribute through 1000 or 1500 shares or 2000 shares. So in that shares, by peoples can buy your company profit level, and then your organization starting period. So by seeing all these things, the people can buy from your shares, and then they are investing money in that shares. So in that money you can use it. So this is the company rules. And then finally, so methods of economic analysis. So methods of economic analysis means there are two types. First one is inductive reasoning, second one is deductive reasoning. So what is deductive reasoning means, this is also called a prior reasoning. That means prior, that means forecasting reasoning. We start from unchallenged elementary or rudimentary assumptions, fact, and that arrive at conclusion using logical analysis of or our own analytical abilities. In this kind of reasoning we go from general to specific. So in the deductive method, you can, prior reasoning means, so you can predict it. So before that you can predict that method. So in future how it goes to end, what will be happen, that we call as deductive method. You can predict from that future. So we start from unchallenged elementary. So we can start this analysis from that unchallenged elementary means, so you can come to one final conclusion. Suppose if you are starting one thing in this present, then you can predict, so what will be happen in that future from the same product. So you can predict for that. So that we call as prior reasoning. So inductive method, this type of reasoning flows from fact to theory. First we collect information and fact, and then move towards providing evidence using economic theory and facts. This method formulates principles using the sub-method, for example observation, experimentation, statistical method. So in this inductive method means, so you can follow by theory. First one is predicting method. The second one is following theory. That means some people's already research person, some expertise person, and those who are well knowledge in this area. So they are framing some rules and regulations. Suppose if you are following this method, you can get it. So like that we are following. So in this inductive method says that thing only. So you have to follow some formulas and principles and rules. So these are the inductive method. So this is the two major method. So I hope in this video everyone uh, enjoyed. In case if you have any doubts, or otherwise if you want anything, you can ask me whenever you want. Okay, thank you very much.